Love it, love it, love it. Well, good morning. Special good morning to everybody, but happy Father's Day to all the fathers in the house. What a day. We don't have to cook, we don't have to clean, we don't have to do anything today. Amen? Plenty to like, and what's different than the other day. Hey, it's going to be a good Father's Day, good day. We're just so glad you're all here to worship with us and be here today. If this is your first time, we're going to give you a special what's up. Just thank you for being here. One of these seat covers around you, you'll find an info card. If you want to fill that out, we have a little VIP table in the back. There's a gift just for you for checking us out. Be sure to take advantage of that. But right now, man, God is here. The energy's up. Let's go ahead and greet one another. Give a high five, bump a fist, shake a hand, hug a neck, whatever you do to say hello. Let's go ahead and do
benefits to the end of your house to do our offering today. If you can't give today, there's several other ways that you can give online through our website, which is lifespring06182017A, or you can also download the app, which you can also find on the website.
Before I said Dear God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for everyone here that's coming to worship. I thank you that we can worship and that this is a place where we can feel your spirit and just gather as a body of believers and rejoice in who you are, and that you have come and sent your son to save us. I just pray as Nate comes and brings the message today that you would just open our hearts and our minds to what he has to say and what you have to tell him. I just pray that you would help us as we learn about, continuing to learn about foundations, and as we learn about shaky foundation today, that you would just help us to leave here and knowing what the difference is between shaky and firm foundation in you. I just pray that you would help us leave here changed people, and that we would continue to feel your spirit in this place. In your name.
Amen. Amen. All right, kids, stay seated for 1 second. It's a little different. Y'all are like, oh gosh. No water, no nothing crazy, I promise. We are going to test the adults, okay? But we're going to do it in front of you guys. How many of you, your favorite part of summer is no tests, no school? Is that awesome? Yeah, all right, I got one on us. There we go. Well, guess what? Summertime, we can test the adults whenever we want, right? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to see how well the adults listen to Alex. All right, we're going to play a little game. So adults, tell our kids, when is Vacation Bible School?
July 19th.
20, there we go, July. All right, kids, repeat after me. July 19th.
July 19th.
That's when VBS gets started. Guess what? We're going to serve dinner at what time? Other than Melissa. 5:45. So 5:45. You kids want to come and eat at 5:45? Yeah. All right. And then the program is from 6:15 to 8 o'clock. I want to make sure everybody knows that. Kids, did the adults pass the test? Did they listen to Alex? They did all right. Okay. They're like, can we store our class now? Great. All right, y'all go ahead. Everybody say bye to them. Good job. Invite your friends, invite your neighbors, invite your family, invite everybody you can. July 19th through the 22nd is going to be awesome until 8 o'clock. And then July 23rd, don't forget, as he told us, man, one service at 11 a.m. All right, still come at 10:45. And that way you get to go see all your stuff. But 11 a.m. is when we get started with our closing program. One service, just want to make sure everybody remembers. These kids are pumped and excited. I wanted to take a minute today to kind of give a recap, to kind of let everybody know what's going on. And this little old church does some crazy big stuff, man. It's just awesome to be a part of it. And this year, this group went to camp for the very first time. They had never gone before to our kids camp, which is 2nd through going into 6th grade. So the teens, they go to camp every year. You guys have supported them a long time. Well, this year we sent a group last weekend to kids camp, all right? And I get the privilege and honor, I guess they couldn't find anybody else, and I get to lead kids camp and have a great time with that. And our group, man, I usually try to be a pretty positive guy. I hope you noticed that. I try to keep it pretty positive. But going into this camp, anytime your group's going for the very first time, that's a lot of pressure, right? And so instead of being Mr. Positive about it, all I prayed was, Lord, don't let them hate it, okay? Just don't let our group hate camp, because that first year sets the tone, man. If our kids, 3 of our girls that got to go, 2 of our adults, if they came back and were like, never again, then that kind of stings, right? You're like, hopefully, I got to brag on our kids, man. Throughout the week, I saw throughout the weekend, it was a Friday through Monday morning, I saw our kids do things like way outside their comfort zone. I saw them open up like never before. To me personally, like just seeing it in front of me. I tell you what, one of our services, the last day, or the second last day, the last service day, they came forward, some of our group, and there was kids from all over the Carolinas, and just questions that 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th graders. I'm not trying to freak us out, but I got to tell y'all, this world is exposing the kids at that age to some crazy stuff out there. And that's why we do camp. That's why they're so loud and crazy at Splash Zone. That's why they have their kindergarten class. Like, we have got to surround these kids with as much love and faith in Jesus as possible, because I saw God working through their little hearts, and I saw the emotions and cry. We laughed, we cried, we blobbed. I mean, we did all kinds. I did not blob your children. All right, if you know what a blob is, you're like, you better not ever launch my kid off of a blob or you're fired. I did not blob anyone. They're very strict about the weights. But they did all kinds of cool stuff, man. Slides, all these things. And I don't want to ever call a kid out, in front of them, but let's just say some of our girls I heard talk more in one weekend than I haven't known them for 4 or 5 years, man. They were just so excited. And so I just wanted to kind of open today just thanking everybody. Kids camp is exhausting. It is a lot. Chris and Becky went as our adults this year to go there because I'm pretty distracted with trying to do everything, and they were able to go to be with our group. And my prayer was for them not to hate it, because if the adults hate it, don't go, guess what? You can't go, the kids can't be there. They were like, we loved it. I'm like, oh, they're too crazy, that's good. They had a good time. Now, I just got an update from Chris. He's like, Tuesday, couch all day, coming back from camp like that. I was like, yeah, I hibernate myself. It's nuts. But just thank you, everybody, for that. Your kids are having a great time. We really want you to know your kids are important here, and we'll do camps. I really want to you're going to hear us talk about VBS a lot until it comes up. A lot of great things there, and then a lot of good things going on. So that happened, man. Teens, they go to camp coming up the end of July, so keep them in your prayers. Thank you for support for that. Right now, as we speak, we have a group that goes to Guatemala every single year. It's really cool throughout the Carolinas. Mike Claypool has a ministry called Give and Teach Ministries, and our very own Becky and Justin Tolson, they're there now. I got a text yesterday, it seemed like, Mike's in the back, my light man. They landed safe and sound, so far so good, unless you heard anything different. Nope, okay, good. They're there, and they're there to serve and to minister in Guatemala. This tiny little church is able to send them to do that, along with many others. And so y'all be lifting them up in prayer this week. They'll be there all week in Guatemala, serving there along with others from all over Carolina. So summer is here, man. There's a lot of good things happening, a lot of craziness. I personally come to you today still feeling like I'm floating a little bit in the ocean. I got to spend a week straight from camp, drove over to the Outer Banks. Have any of you ever been to the Outer Banks? And you know there's nothing there but beach and pool and house. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. But my sister-in-law's family from Michigan, they get a house there every other year. And we got to go, and let me tell you, this year, if you know our family situation, was way different than any other one we've ever been on. It was like itty-bitty ditties rocking everywhere. I mean, it was just like, I thought, all I could think about is, this is the Boone's living room every single day. Like, this is nuts. We had Grace at 4 years old just kind of herding them, and 3 one-year-olds running everywhere, and grandparents and us trying to chase them down. It was just crazy and fun. We're going to pray right now, man. Let's just pray. It's just nuts, right? And my brother, one of them, he made a comment. He's like, you know, us Didways, Outer Banks is kind of not like, we usually would be around more people and more stuff going on. We kind of do it with them, you know, his in-laws family. But he's like, this year, I don't think I ever got stir crazy or like that. I need to get out. We said, yeah, we were chasing children the entire week. Like, it was nuts. It was so much fun. We got back late last night. And y'all shoot me right now because I say the same thing every trip. But I cannot help but think, like, I am so glad and blessed and just happy to miss you guys. I'm so happy and blessed to be a part of a church that we're excited to get back late at night after a 9-hour drive and can't wait to get up for church. Okay, that's not normal, all right? We're excited that our little ones, you're going to hear more about this at the end. As soon as we get back, excited, tomorrow's church day and things like that. So it is good to be back with you. Chuck, you're the man. Thank you for bringing it last week. Heard a lot of great things about the foundation of the soul and what he had to share as we were all at kids camp and doing some crazy stuff there. But we're going to keep that going. We're going to keep talking about foundation. As you know, 2 weeks ago, we kind of set it up with what does a weak foundation look like. We obviously don't want to go there. Chuck continued last week with a foundation of the soul. And then today, we're going to talk about more of a practical approach, kind of some things that we can actually do, look in God's Word with our key verse on what it means with a shaky foundation. And then next week, obviously going to end the month in the series on the ultimate goal, is just to have that firm, solid foundation. But the truth is, the life we live, like I said, even our small church, even your family, even a small community, there's so much going on. There's so much around us. And the fact is, man, a lot of us have chosen to accept Christ. We've chosen to have that foundation of faith. But a lot of things come our way. I like to call it this thing called life. And a lot of stuff happens. And it's kind of like, man, sometimes I feel like my foundation's shaky. It's not really that weak. It's not totally like just not there. It's not as strong as it should. It's kind of shaky. Maybe it's kind of up. Maybe it's kind of down. Maybe it's kind of all over the place. And so we're going to talk about that today. But the truth is, we all have a foundation, right? And some are weak. Some are shaky, and hopefully some are firm and strong. We're going to be talking about that next week as well. So I like to address what causes these things. So 2 weeks ago we talked about what causes a weak foundation and we looked at some things there. But today, what causes your foundation to feel shaky? What causes you to feel like sometimes, man, I don't know if I'm going left, I don't know if I'm going right, man, I was going up, now I feel down. Like, what causes us to bounce all over the place and get it all over? And so we're going to approach it from a unique direction this morning. But I want us to think about this. Let's just assume, and if this isn't you, hey, let's pray together, let's talk together, let's work on this, because I know this applies to a lot of people as well. But let's assume we've got this faith thing figured out as much as possible, and we do have that solid foundation. We know that Christ is the solid rock on which I stand. He's who we turn to. Let's get that answer out there. What causes us to not have a shaky foundation? Obviously, Jesus. We've got to turn to Him. But what does that look like in practical situations? What does that look like in everyday situations? And what causes that foundation, that faith that we have in Christ, to get rocked every once in a while, to kind of get shaky, to kind of wobble, to kind of feel like, man, it could give any second, or man, it was so getting up there so strong, now I feel like it's right back down. But what could cause this? And I thought about this. And again, this kind of applies not in a complete picture of God, but maybe in different situations. But I thought one major cause of a shaky foundation could be distrust in certain situations. So think about that. Maybe, it's not that I don't trust God all in all. I believe in God. He's in my heart. I believe Him. But maybe there's certain situations based on what's happening around us that we lose trust in, right? So, good example, you can think of work, you can think of time, you can think of finances, all these things. So let's say, hey, God, I trust you with my health. Maybe you've been really getting in shape lately. Maybe you're already been in shape, whatever. You're like, God, you bless me with good health. I haven't got bad news. I trust you with my health. Hey, my finances, I've managed them better. Maybe I got a rate, whatever. Finances seem pretty strong. So yeah, God, I trust you there. But then maybe your time. Maybe that's an area of life that you're like, you know what? I haven't spent a lot of time serving others. I haven't spent a lot of time with you, God. It's like, I really don't trust you enough. If I do spend that time doing other things, then I'm going to miss out on this or that. So maybe just distrust in that one certain area causes all of a sudden that whole foundation to get a little wobbly and to start shaking a little bit. The fact is, life's going to come at us, and life has come at us fast, man. Boom, oh, golly, run around with all these cousins. And then this week, you got the pool, you got the beach, you got to watch them. Me and my brother were walking with his little one, and Grace was chasing us and playing. And we're walking, and in a second, I turn around, I'm like, woo, where's Grace? Holy cow. She was just standing behind Matt, like, I sucker. But I'm like, man, things can just change fast. I heard this quote, and as a big dude, I love it. I might butcher it. I was trying to remember it earlier this morning. But it's like life can fall as fast as a big kid on a what's it called? Teeter totter. Seesaw. Boom. Thank you, man. You're the man. This man knows way more than just Clemson. All right. If you ever need something, turn it. Every time I have a Clemson question, seesaw. Let's just move on from that butcher of a quote and keep going, okay? But here's the thing. Life can change. Life can happen. Life can come at you fast. And we need something to stabilize all that. We need something to help us stay sane and stay strong in our faith and all these things. Obviously, looking at foundations, I've done a little more reading on buildings than I've ever done before. And 2 weeks ago, we talked about what it took to provide the huge structure, right, to keep the building solid in somewhere far away with a really funky name. But today, I want to read to you this about another architect, the great architect Frank Lloyd Wright. Somebody say Frank. He was given the challenge of building the Imperial Hotel in Tokyo, one of the most earthquake-prone cities in the world. Wright's investigation showed that a solid foundation, we're going to stop right there. So this is a good enough architect. He knows enough to know you got to have a solid foundation, right? I feel like that's all of us. We know that, right? We need to have a solid one. We're going to talk more about that next week, that kind of thing. But this architect knew. So like 2 weeks ago, we talked about that building that had it took a year and a half just to build the underground foundation, all this stuff. He got all that. But what's the factor here that throws him a little curveball? In Tokyo, this place, there's going to be earthquakes. So not only does he need to have a strong, firm foundation, you got to take that a step further. You got to figure something else out. An earthquake from the bottom of the earth coming up is going to tear up that foundation, right? So he had to come up with something to help with that. Show that a solid foundation, he figured this out, could be floated, quote unquote, floated on a 60-foot layer of